Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of NASCAR Heat 3 Career Mode. I hope you're all having a great day. Today we start the round of 8 of the playoffs here at Martinsville Speedway, track that we've had a lot of success at in the past. But first we obviously have the Truck Series at Martinsville, where we had subscriber Emmanuel Gonzalez Soto in the truck. He started in about P11 as he went down through turns 1 and turns 2, but he would have no problem moving his way up through the field early on in this race here in Martinsville, as he would be able to climb up into P7 past the midway point of this race, towards the end of this race actually, as he was right on the back there of Grant Enfinger. He would get past Enfinger, and as he came to the final lap, now battling with John Hunter Nemechek as he came through turns 3 and turn 4, trying to get up to P6, but he goes wide on the exit of turn 4, heading down the front straightaway. He would come through to finish in P7 for our team, so we got straight through now into Cup Series qualifying here at Martinsville as we came through turns 3 and on the exit of turn 4. It was a pretty decent lap now as we come through to cross the line. We would go P9 with a 19.319 here in Martinsville, so hopefully we can come out of here with a victory and lock ourselves into the Final Four at Miami.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, the NASCAR playoffs continue at Martinsville Speedway for the running of the first Data 500. Only 8 drivers still have a shot to take home that coveted Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series championship. Now, to advance, those drivers are going to have to tame the shortest track on the schedule. But don't let Martinsville's small stature fool you. This classic venue still packs quite a mean punch. The drivers are on the track. We're ready to go racing.
Alright, we're ready to go green here for the first Data 500 at Martinsville Speedway. Short track racing here at the Paperclip. Eric Almirola on the pole, who has had a great playoffs but didn't make the playoffs, unfortunately for himself. Paul Menard failed optical scanning station multiple times, so he is starting at the back. Danny Hamlin failed technical inspection, so he is also starting at the back. None of those drivers are currently inside of the playoffs, so no big news for any playoff drivers as we get ready to go green here in Martinsville to start the round of 8 here now as the green flag is out. And we are underway in Martinsville as we head down towards turns 1 from the 9th starting position side by side with the 20 of Eric Jones, who was recently eliminated here in the last episode after Kansas, as we look to the inside of his teammate of Kyle Busch as we head down the back straightaway. Martin Truex Jr., our rival, on the inside of our teammate of Chase Elliott, trying to take over that second position after starting P3, and sure enough, Truex, he moves up into P2 as now our teammate Elliott is under attack from Kyle Larson in the 42 as we go down into turns 1 and turns 2. As we exit the corner, we're going to pass Clint Boyer to take over the 7th position as we head down the back straightaway. As we came through now on lap 3, looking to the inside there of the 9 of Elliott, who was stuck on the outside. That would allow me to get past him as we came through into turns 1. So we take over P6 now from our Hendrick Motorsports teammate Chase Elliott, and continue moving forward as we came through now on lap 13, trying to now look to the outside of Brad Keselowski. Eric Almirola didn't seem to have the fastest car, so he was holding up these guys a little bit, and that was allowing me to look to his outside here as we went down towards turns 1 with 18 to go here in this first stage. As we came through on the exit of turn 2, couldn't quite get a run going here on the outside at first, but we would be able to continue to battle on the outside, still on the outside of Keselowski as we came through on lap 21 now. Almirola has jumped up to the top. Now Truex actually on the bottom still as we're dealing with lap traffic. Truex takes the lead. Almirola down to second, under attack from the 42 of Kyle Larson as we look to the outside of Kurt Busch, going down through turns 1 and turns 2 through the center of the corner. Now on the exit, still P5 as we head down this back straightaway towards turns 3. Truex in that first position. Larson now in P2. Almirola just not going anywhere as we would get stuck behind him, and that would allow Keselowski to get to my inside again, and we would actually make it 3 wide on the outside there with Almirola and Keselowski and get past Almirola, and now we have a run on Keselowski, so we shoot to the inside of him with 7 to go in the stage, and now we're going to try and take over P4. Obviously, the lap traffic being a big help for us as we continued to jump back up to the top lane as we came through, approaching just 2 laps to go in this first stage, heading down the front straightaway on the back straightaway there on the back of the 42 of Kyle Larson as we went down towards turns 1, trying to make it 3 wide with Kurt and Larson, but it just couldn't quite build up the run that I needed to. Now as we have just a lap and a half to go in this stage, Martin Truex Jr. leads the way as we go down towards turn 3. He's getting held up behind traffic now as we do make it 3 wide there up on the outside with Larson and Kurt Busch side by side here as there's a car blowing up now as we head down towards turns 1 on this final lap in this second stage. Right behind the 19 of a rival of Truex, who leads the way on the back straightaway as Denny Hamlin pulls into traffic, and that slows up the 19 of Truex as we look to his outside as we go down towards turn 3. And now we're going to jump to the lead as we exit turn 4, and we're going to steal the stage 1 victory and pick up an extra playoff point. A great way to start this round of 8 here in the playoffs. 10 points as well as a playoff point, which playoff points actually don't even matter right now at this point in the season. Now, as we would not have to come to pit road, so we would come out obviously in P1 as we get ready to restart here with our rival of Martin Truex Jr. on our outside. So this could get interesting now as we're ready to start stage 2, and the green flag is that we are underway once again here in Martinsville for the start of the second stage as we go down towards turns 1. Truex already trying to get into the side of me now as he gets in behind me through turns 1 and turns 2. He hits me in the left side, and he's going to put us into the wall now as we head down the back straightaway. I'm having none of that now as we go down towards turn 3. We punt the 19 of Truex, and sideways we go, and he hangs onto it. We both hang onto it now as Kurt Busch looks to our inside as we come down the front straightaway, and he is now going to take over the lead as we go down into turns 1. This has obviously been an ongoing rivalry with Martin Truex Jr. in the 19, but we had gotten away from him there. I wasn't having any more of his crap in this race, especially at this point in the playoffs. Now as we came through right on the back bumper there of Kurt Busch running P2, but as came through with 22 to go now on lap 9, still right behind Kurt Busch. There's Haley Deegan has stopped in the middle of the track. We just barely miss her, and the caution does not even come out. We stay green here in Martinsville as we go down towards turns 3 and turns 4, trying to get to the 1 car of Kurt Busch, and as we came through on lap 13 in stage 2, he had run down into lap traffic now at this point with 17 to go on the stage. Obviously an opportunity for myself as we get right up to the back bumper here of the 1 of Kurt Busch heading down the back straightaway. At this point, a chance to take over the lead as we go down into turns 3, and sure enough, we look to the outside of the 1 and now the 95 of Matt Benedetto. We have taken the lead once again here in Martinsville late in this second stage, well, about halfway through this second stage as we go down into turns 1 side by side there with Matt Benedetto in the number 95 car. Trying to lock ourselves into the final 4 today here in Martinsville, and with runs like this, we're definitely going to have an opportunity to do so now as we came through on lap 20 in this second stage. 11 laps to go, approaching 10 to go, just working our way through this lap traffic, looking to the inside here of Ryan Truex and the number 71 cars who came out of turn 4, so just holding on to the lead at this point as it was making a few mistakes there getting into the wall, but now we come through to just 2 to go in this second stage at this point on the outside here of the 32 of Corey LaJoie as we exit turn 2, heading down the back straightaway, closing in on the back there of the 62 of Brendan Gaughan as we went down towards turn 3, sticking our nose up the outside as we came through on the exit of turn 4, approaching the final lap. Usually in Martinsville, we always get in the situation where we're lapping guys at the end of a stage, so I try to give these guys a little bit of a break as we come through turns 1 and turns 2. Kurt Busch nowhere even near us in second place, so I decided, you know what, we're going down to turns 3, let's do some drivers a favor here. So as he led the 62 and the 32 both get ahead of me now as we exit turn 4, heading down the front straightaway. We will come through to win stage 2 in Martinsville, so we sweep the first 2 stages, and now our job is to sweep the third stage and get the race victory to put ourselves now into the final 4 for Miami. So hopefully we can hang on to that Martin Truex Jr. rival down to P10. We would pit for 2 cans of fuel, 4 tires, as well as repair the damage that we had picked up with Truex, the calamity that went on with him, as well as I got in the wall a few times. So we dropped to P4 for the start of this third and final stage here in Martinsville, so not too bad as we get ready to go green. Kurt Busch and William Byron on the front row now as the green flag is back out. We are underway here in Martinsville. Kurt Busch trying to lock himself into the final 4, just like we are trying to do now as William Byron and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. are up here with nothing to lose. Not a good start for Byron as we get sideways on the exit of turn 2, heading down the back straightaway. Larson now to my inside as we go down towards turn 3, trying to stick our nose up the outside now as we come through the center of the corner on the exit of turn 4, sideways again with our teammate of Elliott on my inside, and we make contact with him. He gets his car pretty unsettled, and Kyle Busch actually went up on 2 wheels there for a moment, but we get back down to the inside there. Not what I wanted to do there. I just lost the back end, and the 9 was on my inside. Unfortunately, he was kind of in a direct path now as we stick our nose up the inside of William Byron on through turns 3 and turns 4 and move ourselves back up into the 4th position, continuing to deal with oversteer at this point in the car. But now setting our sights on the 42 of Larson, the 17 of Stenhouse for 3rd and 2nd as Kurt Busch tries to drive away at this point now as we came through with 51 laps to go in this race, going through turns 1 and turns 2, doing my best to try and stick with them, but I couldn't quite get to them. But the caution would come out here with 51 laps to go and set us up for a restart from the 4th position. Once again, this time Kurt Busch and Stenhouse on the front row as the green flag is back out. Once again, we are underway with 48 laps to go as we go down towards turns 1 and turns 2. Obviously, 4th isn't going to put us inside of that final 4. We have really just one mindset, and that's to win this race. Now we're going to get very aggressive down the back straightaway, making a 3 wide with the 42 and the 17 of Larson and Stenhouse, and it's going to work as we move up into the 2nd position behind Kurt Busch there in the number 1 car as we head down towards turns 1. Clint Boyer to the inside of the 42 of Larson there, and he will take over P3 as there's a car smoking up ahead. It's actually Paul Menard, and we would run him down on lap 80, and he's going to get in the way of Kurt Busch as we go down into turns 3 and turns 4. I moved up to the outside thinking I was going to have a chance, but now as we exit turn 4, Menard, he's going to cut off the one again, and we get to the back of Kurt Busch, and Boyer's going to go through on the inside to take the lead. They go 3 wide now. As we go through turns 1, we take out the 21 of Paul Menard. I won't lie, that was 100% intentional right there. I did not like what Paul Menard did and all getting in the leader's way like that. So I went in turns 1 and I just said, you're not getting away with that. Obviously, the AI is not going to do anything about it. So I went in there and I took him out because I just thought that was stupid of what Paul Menard did. But we get ready to restart again here in Martinsville for P4 again as well. Now we have Clint Boyer and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. on this front row. Only 42 laps to go. At this point, we took Stenhouse and Larson 3 wide on the last restart. Now we're going to take Stenhouse and Kyle Busch 3 wide if possible as we go down towards turn 3. And sure enough, we stick our nose up the inside as we go through turns 3 and turns 4. And now back up into the second position we go behind the 14 of Clint Boyer. And now he came through on lap 91, driving away from the guys behind us, but just kind of maintaining pace with the 14 of Clint Boyer. I just didn't quite have enough to get up to him as we came through turns 3 and turns 4. Now just closing in on the later parts of this race at this point. Now he's come through with 31 laps to go. Kyle Busch and actually started to run us down. So it was really Boyer, myself, and Kyle Busch in this battle as we went down towards turn 3, closing in quickly on lap traffic at this point. And sure enough, as we came through on lap 98, approaching lap 99 and 100, we had gotten to Clint Boyer, who was dealing with lap traffic as we looked to his inside for a moment. But as we go down towards turn 3, Boyer, he's up on the outside, so I'm going to try and make it 3 wide on the outside. We've made some 3 wide moves today, and they've worked, but not that time. Now as Kyle Busch looks to my inside as he gets in right into this mix as we go down towards turns 1. Once again, we're going to try that same move, but it's not going to work now as we exit turn 2. Heading down the back straightaway, here's an opportunity, 3 wide up the middle for the lead here in Martinsville as we go down into turns 3. Kyle Busch on the inside, Boyer on the outside, we clear them both, but Busch tries to battle back on the inside as we head down this front straightaway, now leading here in Martinsville with 26 laps to go as we go down into turns 1 on the outside there of the 95 of Matt DiBenedetto as we exit turn 2, just trying to now work our way through lap traffic. And sure enough, we would be able to get through this traffic so much easier than the AI did as we come through with 21 laps to go. At this point, it was all about just making sure I don't make a mistake and hoping that we stay green to the rest of this race as we come through on lap 111, 15 laps to go, approaching 14 to go, passing Brendan Gaughan, getting up through this field with no problems at all. We had almost a 7-second lead towards the later portions of this race. Kurt Busch had actually climbed his way back up to P2 at this point. But we would get past this next group of cars here as well. And as we came through now with 2 laps to go here in Martinsville, a chance to punch our ticket now into the Final Four at Miami. We've been in the Final Four multiple times, won championship, and a chance to make it 2 if we lock ourselves into the Final Four today as the white flag is out. Now the smoke up ahead in turns 1 and the caution comes out as we start the final lap here in Martinsville, and this will force overtime now as Daniel Suarez got spun out there, and now we're gonna have to fight it out here for victory in Martinsville. That's the first time we've been leading and a caution has given us overtime. Usually it just happens with an AI leading, so this is certainly not good for us, but hopefully we have the pace here in overtime to hold on to the victory now as the green flag is back out. And once again, we are underway. It's been a thrilling race, a wild race so far as we go down towards turns 1 and turns 2. Kurt Busch on my outside, 2 laps to go here in Martinsville as we get loose on the exit of the corner. And now Kurt Busch has the advantage going down the back straightaways. He's almost clear as we go into turn 3, but we keep our nose up the inside now as we're going to clear Kurt Busch just about on the exit of turn 4. And sure enough, we are clear of both Boyer and Kurt Busch as we go down towards turns 1 on this final lap here in Martinsville. We've got multiple wins at this racetrack, 5 wins on the season, a career best right now going if we can win today here in Martinsville. Going down into turns 3 and turns 4 for the final time. Boyer close, but not close enough as we exit turn 4. Win number 6 on the season will punch us into the Final Four.
Checker flag is in the air. That belongs to you. Great job, driver.
A great performance here at Martinsville. Lap traffic certainly played a big role, and then right at the end we had to actually fight it out for the victory, and sure enough we were able to hold on thankfully here today. And now in our final season of our NASCAR Heat 3 career mode, we have a chance to fight for championship number 2 in the Cup Series. So hopefully I can bring you guys a championship. That would really be amazing. Obviously, we got one a few seasons back in the 20 car, so hopefully we can do it again here in the number 48 Ally Financial car there. As you see, your finishing order, David Reagan actually got up there in the top 10, so a great result for Reagan, to say the least. Joey Logano down to P30. His rough season continues as he has been winless since we were back in the 20 car a few seasons back in career mode, so he has not been doing very good lately in our career mode, and obviously only has a few more races to try and get a win there. As you see, the 4 drivers out: Harvick, Larson, Elliott, and Martin Truex Jr., who is 25 points out after Martinsville. So Truex has some work to do, but as always, if you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Those would all be very, very appreciated. Truex obviously not happy. We're going to provoke Cam. That was a wild race, obviously. We got Truex, and then we ended up taking out Paul Menard, and then we had some overtime, so it got pretty hectic there, making some 3 wide moves as well. But yeah, so in the next one, we will be going to Texas. Obviously, we're locked into the Final 4, so it doesn't matter for the next 2 races. We can just go out there and have some fun and see how the rest of these playoff grids will play out. So that would do it, like I said, for this episode, as we do check out the playoff grid one more time. Kyle Busch 14 to the good, Keselowski 1 to the good, or actually like 4 to the good in Busch, Kurt Busch 3 to the good. So I will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you for watching, everybody, and have yourselves a great day.